Today, we're going to talk about a book that I had not planned on talking about. It's a nonfiction book, and it was just so gripping, and the writing was so fantastic. I have to shout from the hilltops or from the YouTube video screen. I don't know. So normally I try to stick kind of like in the theme of things I do here, horror, fantasy, weird. And this book is a nonfiction about fixing up a cabin. There's a guy named Patrick Hutchison, and he experiences what is kind of like an early midlife crisis in his late 20s. Like, his friends are all getting married, and they have, 401ks and IRAs, and they're having kids and all this stuff. And he's like, what am I doing? I'm just trying to be a journalist, and da 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 da. So he finds himself on Craigslist, where he buys a cabin for $7,500 from a tugboat captain named Tony. And he gets this cabin up in Index in Washington State, which is near the Skycomish River. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I said that wrong. It is his journey as he fumbles and stumbles his way through fixing up this cabin and maybe not doing things the correct way, but making it so it's like this strange, fulfilling, and magical experience. The writing is phenomenal. Like, I can't get over how magnificent the writing is. Like, let me just give you a small taste. Sunset Falls was not graceful. It was an aquatic mosh pit, a cocaine-fueled water slide designed by Poseidon himself. It's stuff like that that really just pulled me right in, and just the the realness, the grittiness, the honesty in the writing, just the visualness of it, the pure human emotion of how everyone's supposed to have everything all figured out. But in reality, we really don't, you fake it till you make it. And finding purpose, fulfillment in some of the simple things in life, like learning how to use these power tools and putting a new roof on a cabin and fixing the floor and putting in a little kitchenette and all the stuff that he does. And there's a bunch of pictures in the book and whatnot. It really took me by surprise because, sometimes you read nonfiction accounts and it's kind of like, it's okay and it's interesting and whatever, but this was like vibrant and full of life. And like I said, the writing is just fantastic with the play on words that he uses and the stuff he describes and what happens and how he stumbles and fumbles through things and all the layers of caulk and way too many screws just to put in stairs inside the place that lead up to his loft. But gosh darn it, aren't these stairs secure, even though they probably have a million billion screws and nails and whatever else in them to hold them up to the wall. And just how it wasn't done properly, but it worked and there was magic there. And the times of getting away from everything, because his phone and stuff wouldn't work out there. So you go out there and it's just a break from all the constant bombardment of, the internet and TV and this, that, and the other. Like, he'd go out there with friends and, they would make food and play guitar and drink beer and hang out and go shoot BB guns at cans and walk through the woods and just kind of like experience the place and then work on these little projects around the cabin as they fixed it up, having it be this like little and quite beautiful magical escape from all that weighs down on us from society. I like that. I like the how sometimes we forget like the simple things in life can be so fulfilling. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I love going out in nature and going camping and going hiking and gardening and just stuff like that. Like, I'm still like every year I'm blown away when I grow this crazy garden. I start everything from these little tiny bitty seeds and just stuff like that. I don't know. The idea of one day buying a really dilapidated, crumbling old cabin somewhere in the woods that's not too far away, like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and fixing it up, like learning how to do all that. And the great thing too is there's YouTube, and so many people have videos that can help you do the stuff that you just don't know how to do in regards to something like that, like fixing up a small little cabin. So I loved the idea of the book, and I was even just kind of blown away by the writing. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I highly, highly recommend it just for the writing alone. Sometimes you read a nonfiction book and you're like, dang, like I'd like to sit down on a porch and like pick this guy's brain about all the stuff that he did to the cabin, and when I just have a conversation, because it seems like he's on that wavelength that of a type of person that I would like to just chat with. So yeah, I don't know. Cabin by Patrick Hutchison. Highly recommend. And if you enjoyed hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.